the easy way to do that. Example, find the equation of the line that passes through. Find the equation of the line that passes through 1, -3, and 4, 5. Uh-oh. Can't get this thing. 4, 5. Let me give you the gist of that, and then we'll talk about what that means. What you're being asked to do is this. If you have a line, if you have a line that passes through 1, -3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got this line, kind of missed a little bit there. You've got that line, they want to know what is the linear equation, the slope-intercept form of the equation of that line. Now you could, ladies and gentlemen, y equals mx plus b is our generic form of that. You could get a nice piece of graph paper, graph those 2 points, find the y-intercept, write that down, make a triangle, and find the rise and the run for the slope, and write it down that way, but that's not what you're going to do. You're going to do it mathematically without having to draw the graph. No graph allowed. No graph. Graphing's okay, but it's only as accurate as you are, and most of you are not very accurate. So here are the probably 4 steps to doing this. Okay, step number 1 is you need to find the slope of the line with that slope formula. Everybody remembers the slope formula? Jackson Torok, what was our slope formula? M equals, nope, no B's in this one here. John? Y over, see. And everybody always asks what letter goes on top. It's the Y's that go on top. And again, I strongly encourage you to use parentheses. Some of you don't, and some of you get it wrong because you don't. So let's do that. So there's my 2 points over there. M equals parenthesis minus parenthesis over parenthesis minus parenthesis. Let's plug in some points here. Just for consistency's sake, I'll pick those to be my 2's. So 5, right? There's y2 minus y1, which is a -3, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is 1. So I actually end up with 5 plus 3 over 3. Is that right? I'm not a big fan of the book right now. That means my slope, ladies and gentlemen, is 8 over 3, right? Anybody stop me there if you didn't get that? Slope. Easy enough so far? Jackson?
So, what are the numbers? What are the numbers?
I still can't hear these numbers here. Here's my 2 points. Y's are the second numbers, X's are the first numbers. Make that my x2, make that my x1s. You can pick whatever one. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's what you know. With what we've just done right now, I know that 8/3 goes right here. That's the slope of my line. So I know y equals 8/3 x. I have to figure out this letter b. Correct? And then I have my whole equation. I have to figure out where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, once you do that, here's step 2. Once you get that, what you need to do is you need to, after you find the slope, you need to pick one of the 2 points you were given pick one of the 2 points you're given, and substitute those numbers into the slope-intercept formula. And solve for B. Everybody's like, what? And I'll show you that. As soon as you write that down, I will show you what that means. It's kind of fun, slightly exciting. You can tell your grandkids about it. And unfortunately for you, this is not going to be pretty. It's not going to work out nicely. Here's what that means, is this, and I'm going to draw over top of what I have here already. So, that, what I just said, means this, okay? I have this part of the equation. I know that y equals 8/3 x plus b. It doesn't matter which one, but either of the 2 original points you are given, you are going to put in for the x and the y in this. That's going to make those numbers go away and leave you with just the letter b. You'll get the same answer for either one, so it doesn't matter. You know, if you want to try and figure one that's going to work out nicely, neither one of them are going to. But I'm going to pick the first one, why? Because it has a 1 in it. This is my x number. It gets substituted in for x. This is the y number that goes for y. So it's going to look like this. -3 equals 8/3 times 1 plus b. 2 points, 2 points. I could have used this one if I really liked to, but I used this one. Now I have to solve for b, which means I have to do what? I have -3 equals 8/3 plus b. How do I solve that for the letter b, Hannah Nuzzo? No division required. The b's all by itself. I just got to get rid of this. How do I get rid of that? I subtract it over. So I have to take -3 over 1 and subtract 8 over 3. Which means you're going to have to do a little mathematical work here, which is a common denominator of 3. This is a -8/3. This is actually a -9/3. Here comes the question of the day. If I take a -9/3 and put a -8/3 with it, I get a Jeremy Spores? Right. You just put the negatives with the tops. B is going to equal -17/3. I said it doesn't work out nicely, but that's what it is. And you would have gotten that same answer had you put 4 and 5 in there. So now you know what your B is. You can then just put it in for the letter B right there. So the answer to the whole problem, children, is y equals, here's my slope, I figured that out first, and then my y-intercept is -17/3. And you can leave it as improper fractions, please don't change the decimals, don't make them mixed numbers. That is it. Nikki Kala has a question.
I'm a little bit confused on where you get the 9/3.
Right here?
Yeah.
Well, to go from 1 to 3, I had to multiply by 3, so to multiply by this, I had to multiply that by 3.
Okay.
Jackson?
Can you read this?
Oh, and then with the, right here,
Yeah.
after finding the slope, pick one of the 2 points you were given, substitute those numbers into the slope-intercept form, which was this, and solve for the letter B. And then the last thing is to write your formula. Formula with your M's and your B's. And that's it, children. Nothing harder, nothing. Again, this will take a little time. But you'll be able to do it. I think I'll get one that actually works out for you here. I hate it that they don't actually give us a problem that deals with it. And I'll just pick one off the homework piece of paper. And again, same time, this is about using a big piece of paper and taking your time, because it doesn't take much of a little error to make the whole thing long. How about this one, children? I'll give you a chance to. Here's my 2 points. Find the equation of the line that goes through 0, 1, and 2, 4. Try. You want me to do it all again? Try. See how far you get. Meanwhile, I should go look to see if I can get which one of these is which. Try to take it step by step. You certainly should be able to find the slope. That's not anything new for you. Certainly should be able to find the slope. Oh, heavens. It's 9:30. There's a little bit of blue there. Why? I'm not. Well, that's under a pop like you say. I told her it makes my job a lot easier calling the games after school after lunch. Yeah. It means you start snowing.
Oh, you want to eat your lunch then? Get
No,
out of here.
no, it's just because it's hard to reschedule hot lunches. Alright,
There's no hot lunch.
something today. Moana beef. We got something, Nick?
I got
Got answers.
y equals 3 seconds x plus negative 3
What?
halves. Y equals 3 halves x plus negative 4 halves.
Some reason I don't think I remember seeing a fraction at the end of that, John.
Oh, well, I got y equals 3/2 x plus half.
Oh, wait. Which one did I give you? No, I gave you one from the sheet. Okay, let's look at it.
Y equals 3 halves.
Did somebody not get a fraction by chance?
I did.
Okay, let's look at this. Again, doing this big, I would start with this. Y equals mx plus b. I would then again always write this down. And for consistency's sake, I always just use this as my 2's. 4 minus 1 and 2 minus 0. Okay, 4 minus 1 is 3, 2 minus 0 is 2, so my slope is 3 halves. Y equals 3 halves x plus b. Once you get that, it doesn't matter which point you pick. Lauren Daffenberg, what point did you pick?
I did the 2 in
Alright, I'm gonna pick this one just to show it doesn't matter. Just to show it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, y is 1. My y was 1. I'm using this point, 0, 1. I'm sorry, my y is 1. That's always x and y. Y is 1. that equals 3/2 times what x is plus b. Well, this one works out nicely because 0 times 3/2, it all goes away. So b equals 1. That's what I put in for the letter b right here, and there's my equation. Y equals.
Oh.
What is that? I put a 1 for, I put 1 and 1 to factor 0.
I got 0.
Did you just get a
Wait.
zero then one? So.
Guess what? 'Cause this whole term goes away. B equals 1. So y equals. Jackson.
Not 3/2, I got 2/3.
That would be wrong.
I probably would have got it right if I would have done that part.
You just make sure people, again, slope is always the y ones over the x ones. Y is always the second one. X always comes first, y always comes second. If you keep getting things flipped up in your slope, it's either because you're putting the x's on top or you're switching them around here. But it has to be, no matter how you slice it or which one you put as y's and 2's, you're going to get 3/2 if you do it right. Off somewhere in